Hello there, Eddie Mercado here with BloodyElbow.com, and I'm about to speak with the UFC's number 12 heavyweight, Timothy Johnson, as he is headed to UFC on Fox 25 in Long Island, New York on July 22nd to take on UFC newcomer Junior Albini. So let's give Timothy a call and find out what he's been up to since his last fight over in London, England. Find out what he has in store for Long Island, New York, and maybe see if the big man has finally selected a nickname for himself. Mr. Timothy Johnson, how are you, sir?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. Well, man, thank you so much for taking out the time to join me. You are headed to Long Island, New York for UFC on Fox 25, taking on a newcomer to the UFC, Junior Albini. How are things?
Can't complain too much, I guess.
And so you're 11-3 overall right now, ranked number 12 in the entire world. And, you know, you've had 3 straight overseas fights on your hands, and you're finally getting somewhat of a home game, I guess, considering it's in the US of A. I bet that's sort of a relief for you, right?
Yeah, I know it's going to be a nice change of pace. I was thinking about that a little while ago, how nice it's going to be. I'll fly out Monday instead of the Friday before the fight, and just less travel time, and it's fun going overseas and all that, but it kind of wears and tears on you a little bit more than you expect.
Yeah, we last saw you in London, England, taking on Daniel Omalanchik, if I said that right. A very grueling bout.
Better than me.
It was a really grueling bout, and you kind of mugged him up against the fence for a good part of the bout. Judges ended up scoring it a split decision, though. What did you think of the fight?
That was probably my ugliest fight in the UFC by far. I didn't do anything that I really wanted to do. It was just one of those fights that you just kind of got to grit down and get through. I think maybe the southpaw, him being southpaw, and he did have some quick hand speed. It just kind of took me off a little bit by surprise. It didn't really accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. Actually, I was more convinced that I won in the Volkov fight than I was this one.
Oh, wow, okay. I was about to ask because, in the Volkov fight, the judges gave it to the 6'7" guy. This time around against the 6-footer, you achieved the nod. What was it like going from kind of like two extremes to one of the tallest guys in the division to one of the shortest guys?
I don't know. It wasn't too big of a difference. There was such a long gap between the two of them that I just went back to fighting like a normal size heavyweight, basically.
Okay, yeah, and it was definitely grueling throughout, for sure. Now, on your plate right now, you have a newcomer, right? So there's not a ton of footage. Like, he hasn't really been on major circuits. Have you been able to find anything on him? Like, maybe any kind of fights or anything?
Well, he hasn't fought in a year on top of it. So, and I've been able to find like 3 fights on him, and we haven't watched 2 of the fights because they were so long ago. You can't really judge a fighter by how, their fights that were 3-4 years ago. So we just basically got 1 fight to go off of. And other than that, we just kind of think we found maybe a couple little tendencies, but other than that, it's just going to go out there and be probably another ugly fight because we don't know really how to prepare.
Yeah, I mean, did you see anything that maybe impressed you or anything that was like, oh, I need to watch out for this? I mean, he has violent strikes. We've seen him get taken down, but we've also seen him score submissions from his back. So, I mean, how do you gauge this guy?
Yeah, that's kind of something that we were talking about. There are, there's a lot to respect about him. That's for sure. But on a competition level, we're not sure. The videos that we've seen, who are the guys that are fighting, making him look really good, or is he just not good, or is it his competition? And going into it for like my end. Standing in front of Volkov, standing in front of like Tibera, like I don't think is he on the same level as them. I think I was right there in the striking with both of them opponents, and I think we're gonna do the same this one.
Yeah, it's a little interesting. How did this fight even come to be? Did the UFC approach you with this guy and say, "Hey, here's someone who's not ranked, a newcomer. What do you think?"
Yeah, it's definitely not the fight I wanted. I was hoping to get a top 10 guy, but every heavyweight was booked up from 12 up. Everyone had a fight, so it was basically you can take this fight now, or you're going to be waiting until like November, December before you fight again. I'm like, well, that ain't going to work. So I guess I'll just have to risk. I'll have to risk fighting a debut ranked 12, and hopefully get away with the W.
Does that maybe add any extra pressure knowing that this guy's coming in with nothing to lose and you're already in the top 15, so you're the one with everything to lose here?
Yeah, but like something like that, it's just don't think about it and it won't be there in your head.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, do you have like a prediction or like any way you see this fight playing out, even though there's kind of a lack of knowledge of your opponent?
I think it will be a lot of Tim getting punched in the face again, and then eventually finding an opening and then Tim punching him back.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, I've seen you've been training at Extreme Couture. How's that going out there in Las Vegas?
Going good out there. As always, got a good, I always get a good push from the guys out there. So it's a nice change of pace, that's for sure.
Yeah, I saw you on Facebook posting with Big Country Roy Nelson, Anthony Hamilton, these gigantic bodies that have a lot of experience out there.
Yes, no, that's kind of nice too. With Anthony, it was nice to get definitely with the wrestling, with the grappling, get that in again. And and Roy's always got a bug in my ear about what I'm doing wrong and making sure that I switch it before it becomes too big of a problem. So it's nice having being able to go out there for my camps and have those types of guys out there.
What do you think of Roy signing with Bellator? Did you see that coming?
I might have guessed that was probably going to be coming. I didn't have any inside sources or anything. It was just kind of I saw that coming probably. And good on him. He's got the deal that he wanted, and going and finishing out his career how he wants to.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, okay, so up next, obviously last time you said you wanted a top 10 guy. It didn't pan out, so I'm assuming you want the same exact thing. Somebody from the top 10, someone ranked, so maybe a name.
Yeah, there's a couple names out there, but the one that I really wanted to get out there because he just lost, but he says he's retired now. But who knows if he really is? I've been wanting to fight Derick Lewis last 2 years, so but that hasn't ever lined up. So right now, it's the only name that really comes up. After this fight, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Now, why Derick Lewis? Is there something specific about his style that you see? You think you have his number?
Yeah, no. Stylistically, he's one of the hardest punchers in the division, and I got one of the hardest heads in the division. So, I could probably eat a couple of his punches and be able to, kind of frustrate and employ my game plan on him.
Okay, I dig it. You got a message for Mr. Lewis if he's listening?
No, not really. We're just going to concentrate on this one in 3 weeks, and then maybe we'll have a message.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now I got to ask. I see you got the full beard going on. Is the bro stash going to be there for the fight?
Well, we'll find out on fight night what we're going to come out to. Okay,
I dig it. Have you given any thought to the nickname? Maybe warming up to Bronson a bit?
No, nothing yet. I guess I'll have to go through. There's like last time we talked, there was a bunch of people throwing names out there. I have to relook at it. There's a couple of them that definitely caught my eye that I might have to utilize.
I dig it. Now, you got any sponsors or people that are helping you out on your journey that you want to give a shout out to?
Yep. Up here we got my strength and conditioning coach, Power by Design Fitness, Eric Sweeney. That's at the gym Metroflex here in Fargo. My gym in Fargo, the Academy of Combat Arts. They're my coaches and my training partners from the beginning. They're there all the time. And then Extreme Couture out there, Eric Nixick and, Roy, all those guys that have helped me out a lot over the last, year. And in town, my venture chiropractic do a great job getting me back to, band-aiding all of my injuries together so I'm ready for the fight. Yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got.
Okay, now why don't you tell us how we can follow you on your mixed martial arts journey? Your Twitter, social media, Instagram, Facebook.
My Twitter and Instagram tags the same. It's TBearTim. Pretty simple. Facebook, Timothy Johnson athlete page. But got to work on that one a little bit more. I don't go on there too much, but the Instagram and Twitter I try to get on quite a bit.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Well, Timothy Johnson, thank you so much for taking out the time. Junior Albini, he's in your crosshairs. July 22nd, UFC on Fox 25. Best of luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, have a good one. So there you have it. The UFC's number 12 heavyweight, Timothy Johnson, set to take on Junior Albini at UFC on Fox 25 on July 22nd. Go check that out. In the meantime, you can read me over at bloodyelbow.com. You can follow me on Twitter at @Mercado. If you like this interview, you can subscribe to my channel right here. Subscribe to Bloody Elbow's YouTube channel right there. Check out these interviews. Now go be a good person.